Hello. This is Jason Worth. I'm going to try to just tell you how I set up my Schoology, and hopefully this will help. This will be part one of three. I'm doing organization in the part one, which is just to make sure it looks good for everybody. And then going to do the grade book in part two, and then finally I'll go through some assessment options in part three. So let's go ahead and get started here. This is probably what your Schoology looked like when you first saw it. I'm sure it looks different now, but this is just I created a class just to show that this is what it looks like at the beginning. The first thing we're going to talk about is linking classes. Okay, so if you teach more than one class at the same time, you can link them so that you only have to put your material in one spot. So if I go to my classes right over there, let me see, I'll show you again. My courses, sorry, right there. That'll bring up all your courses that have archived if you had last year's or whatever you want. And then current ones. I have already linked mine right here, my chemistry. Let me just hit this so it's a little whatever that is, and you say a link section. I've already linked mine, but you would just hit these little boxes right here to link any classes that you can. I've linked my first block and my third block chemistry classes together, so that way I can put everything in one spot and they will see it all. You used to be able to do this on Unified Classroom as well. It just wasn't as intuitive of this one. So you can link classes. So the next thing I want to show you is the folders. Okay, so let's go to my new class that I've created. First of all, let's change this picture because that's boring. So we can take this and we can add any of these little pictures down here, or I can attach a file of a picture. Like for example, if I did like just this one right here, and boom, now I've got a picture up there. And the nice thing is when you go to courses, there it is. It's easy to see, easy to pick it out. Now what I like to do is I want to make sure you see something that that I was doing. I always put folders in here. If you go to my chemistry folder or my chemistry class, you will see that there are folders, and I love that they're color coordinated because I'm kind of a big deal. So you just put that in, and folders are huge. Folder there, look at that, 3 folders within a folder. So I think it makes it more organized. I see some people I have. Like my son goes to another school district and they use Schoology, and the teachers just throw links in there, or they just throw. It's just very disorganized, so they have trouble. The students have trouble finding them. So we have folders. I'm assuming you guys will know how to make folders, but just in case, I'm pretty sure you could. I mean, it just says add folder, but I'm going to show you something that's kind of cool in there. So let's say I have 2 folders here: formative assessments, whatever. You can create that. I can change the color. Oh, it's red. Then I can actually say, actually, what I would do, I'm gonna say, watch this. I'm gonna make my first one say like Unit One. Unit One. I'll leave that one blue. Now watch what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna take that formative assessments and I'm gonna put it in Unit One. Now first, I'm gonna take this Unit One, put it up top, just to show you can do that. And then I'm gonna take this guy, this formative assessments here, and I'm gonna move it so it's underneath that Unit One. Now it's within Unit One, and that's good. So Unit 1 now is formative assessments. Watch this. I'm going to add another folder, maybe called classroom materials. Something like that. I'll make it yellow. Yellow. There we go. And I have that. If I don't like classroom materials there, I want it above it, I'll just put it above it. There you go. So that's how you make folders. What I do with my classroom materials is I generally will put links to everything. I house everything of mine in Google Docs or in a Google Drive. So if I want to put something in here, like let's say my packets I give out to the students. So in case they lose theirs and they want to print another one off, I can add this right here. I put a link, and it's going to want that URL and the title. So watch this. So I go to my thing. Here's my chemical equations packet. Everybody wants one, I know. And we have that right there. Copy link. Boom. And then I just paste it. Control V right in there, just like that. The title I'm going to put there, let me say it's like chemical equations packet, something like that. Boom, done. I don't like this one. I don't like when it displays it in Schoology. You can play around with that. I'd rather open it up in its own new window. So I never check that thing. I always make sure that that is grayed out. That way it looks good. Now I add that, and voila, we got a link in there. So in my Unit 1, we have classroom materials. They know where to go for that stuff in Unit 1. And then they have this formative assessment deal, which we'll get into later. Okay. One thing I want to show you is something else I did in my chemistry one. I have this thing right here, which is a page right here. I inserted a page like that. And in order to do that, I had to actually make a Google slide, and that slide is the image. The reason why I made it a Google slide is because each one of these is an actual live link, and you can't really do that in here. Like this is an image that I actually have that's in there that I can make a live link. There's a video on YouTube of how I learned how to do it, and I'm sure you can figure it out. If you can't, just hit me up. But like this has got my weekly agenda, which is just a link. You can do links to YouTube. Here's all my chemistry videos. Spoiler alert, they're awesome if you want to learn chemistry for some crazy reason. So you got that. But then cheat sheets. So I just have these for all in the same spot for kids to, if they get lost or they miss a day or something like that. And then here's all my units that we've covered so far this year. Um, let's see. Honestly, with the pages here, um, I'm a little nervous about them because I've had students where it's taken a decent amount of time for them to load. So the kids just think there's a black box there. Now they know it's there eventually because we've been in class long enough and they've seen it, but it has been taking longer to load than normal. So I might just put that as links instead of a fancy schmancy picture. I just wanted to learn something new this year, so that's why I did that. It looks cool, but I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. So anyway, that's how I organize the stuff. Everything I do, I make sure it has a date that they're going to be turning in or anything like that. I'll show you how to do that in the quizzes. Um, but anything in here, you can always click here and you can quickly go to one of your units if you don't want to scroll down. But that's pretty much it for the organization. My real suggestion for you is to make sure that you have folders for every single thought or every single spot and every unit, and then every unit that you have, even have folders within those. So they're organized, the kids know exactly where to go. And I'm also consistent. Watch when I go here. Here's my periodic table. It's got classroom materials, quizzes, and remediation folder. If I go to chemical nomenclature. It's got nomenclature, classroom materials, quizzes, and remediation folders. So I'm very consistent on that. I don't know if it's my OCD or just I like to make sure kids know what to expect when they're in that Schoology page. So that's it for that one. I'm going to sign off. If you have any questions on organization or there's some cool thing you want to learn how to do on organization, talk to Mary Grace.